Welcome back to Secret Screen Stories, your ultimate spot for unearthing the coolest hidden gems and behind-the-scenes secrets from your favorite movies. Today, we're talking about the electrifying world of Thor, the god of thunder himself.
The power of Thor!
Now, if you think you know everything about Thor's hammer-wielding, lightning-blasting adventures, well, think again. The Thor movies are jam-packed with some seriously wild background details, some missed scenes, and hidden facts that could totally change how you see the Asgardian Avenger. In this video, we're showing you the top 10 background, missed, hidden scenes, and facts from the Thor movies that you probably didn't catch the first time around. These aren't just random clips left on the cutting room floor. Some of these scenes and details could have totally shifted the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe. So stick around with us till the end, because the things we're going to show you will make you see the Thor movie series in a whole new light. Alright, let's start with a scene that would have seriously shaken up the entire Thor saga. Frigga's alternate death scene in Thor: The Dark World. So in the final cut, Frigga's death is a tragic moment where Odin and Thor arrive just a tad too late to save her. But in this deleted version, things could have gone down in a way that would have completely changed how we see Odin. In this scene, Odin actually shows up before Curse strikes the final blow. And instead of going all out and taking down Malekith and Curse with Gungnir, Odin decides to lay down his weapon in a moment of peace. Yeah, you heard that right. He tries to make peace, but Malekith, he's not having it. He orders Curse to kill Frigga right there in front of Odin. Now, if this scene had stayed in the movie, it would have added a whole new layer of complexity to Odin's character. Thor's dad making a choice like this, it would have messed up his relationship with Thor big time, and made us see the Allfather in a totally different light. Plus, it would have left us all wondering, was this really the wisest decision Odin could have made?
Kill her.
Let's move on to the next awesome tidbit from Thor's movie, which is all about Thor saving Erik Selvig in a way that'll make you go, wait, what? So in this cutscene, Erik Selvig gets impaled by a huge shard of glass after the destroyer shatters a window. Things look pretty grim for Selvig, like totally life-threatening. Until Thor steps in with a little Asgardian magic. He grabs a pouch, probably courtesy of Lady Sif and the Warriors 3, and pulls out something called a healing stone. Thor then crushes the stone over Selvig's wound, with the glass still sticking out, and boom! Selvig is miraculously healed like nothing ever happened. Now, here's where things get interesting. Thor mentions this healing stone in another deleted scene at the hospital, which could have made things super complicated for the MCU. I mean, if this healing stone could fix Selvig's mortal wound as quickly as Wolverine's healing powers, it would have turned Thor into the Avengers' go-to healer. I mean, seriously, it would have been a game changer. Imagine how many tragic deaths like Quicksilver or even the Warriors 3 could have been avoided with this thing around. It's no wonder they left this out. Things would have been way too easy with Thor having such a powerful tool at his disposal.
Erik!
Up next, we've got a scene that could have taken Thor's story in a much darker direction. Thor's encounter with Doctor Strange in Thor Ragnarok. We all remember that epic cameo where Thor asks the wizard for help in finding Odin, right? But here's what you didn't see. An alternate version of this scene where things play out very differently. Instead of having Loki around, it's just Thor and Strange, and Odin isn't chilling in Norway. He's right there in New York. This version ends with a handshake that's anything but friendly. In the middle of it, Strange drops a bombshell prediction about Thor's future, hinting that some seriously bad stuff is heading his way. This scene was supposed to foreshadow the epic finale of Thor Ragnarok, where Thor has to make the tough choice to let Asgard be destroyed. But it doesn't end there. Strange's eerie prediction could have been pointing even further ahead, like in Thor: Love and Thunder, where Thor faces more heartbreak with the loss of Jane Foster. And let's not forget the snap, which happened after another one of Strange's predictions, and Thor's failed attempt to stop Thanos. This alternate scene could have set up even more doom and gloom for our favorite god of thunder, possibly even hinting at his demise in a future Thor movie.
This wizard can't do that. See, that's bad luck.
Right. Guess that's what you were talking about.
That's exactly what I was talking about.
Another interesting detail that didn't quite make the final cut is Bruce Banner opening up about his past in Thor Ragnarok. Now, we all know that Hulk kinda got the short end of the stick in the MCU, especially in this movie where he's more of a sidekick to Thor. But in this deleted scene, we get a rare moment where Banner and Thor are having a heart-to-heart, and Banner drops some serious emotional weight. Banner talks about how he missed his father's death because he was too caught up in his work. He admits feeling ashamed about it, which is a huge deal because we don't usually get to see this side of him. But then, just as quickly, he brushes it off, saying it's nothing compared to what Thor's been through. Now, if this scene had stayed, it would have added some much-needed depth to Banner's character, giving us a glimpse into his regrets and how they shape him. It's a bit of a twist from the comics, where Banner's relationship with his father is all kinds of messed up, and part of what created Hulk in the first place. But no, sadly, this scene got axed, which only adds to the feeling that Hulk's character arc in the MCU didn't get the love that it deserved.
My people need me to get back to Asgard. We must prevent Ragnarok.
Ragnarok.
The prophesied death of my homeworld, the end of days, it's the end of everything.
The next hidden detail is all about Hela's original showdown with Odin. This comes to us from Thor Ragnarok, where Hela confronts Odin. Now, if you've seen the trailer, you might remember a scene where Hela pops up in a New York alley, looking fierce as ever. But what you didn't see was that in the original version, Odin was still alive, wandering the streets in a pretty rough state. And then, bam! Hela shows up and ends his life with one of her necro swords. Yup, you heard that right. Odin was originally going to go out in a much darker way, right there in the alley. But this deleted scene makes Odin look pretty weak, especially compared to the mighty image the MCU built up for him over the years. It would have been a tough pill to swallow seeing the Allfather go down like that, especially considering the fact that we know him as this legendary, almost invincible figure. Plus, with Hela already having smashed Mjolnir like it was a toy, this scene just felt like overkill.
Father.
No, I found it first. I found it.
It's all right. We're here to take you home.
Another hidden gem comes to us from Thor: Love and Thunder that didn't quite make the final cut, but totally changes how we see the gods of Omnipotent City. The unseen scene with Zeus's annoying offspring. So in the movie, Thor and the gang make a quick visit to this city that's supposed to be home to every god you can think of. But in a deleted scene, they actually have a run-in with Dionysus, the Greek god of wine and the son of Zeus. And this guy is anything but charming. Dionysus is so insufferable that you'll probably be glad that they left this scene out. Now, the purpose of this scene was twofold. First, to give Thor and his crew some clues about where to find Zeus, and second, to show just how obnoxious Dionysus, and by extension the other gods, could be. This really set the tone for when they finally met Zeus, who turns out to be just as unpleasant. But it kinda makes you wonder, if Zeus and Dionysus are this bad, what about Hercules? Is he going to be just as irritating? Alright, here's another awesome detail from Thor: Love and Thunder that ties everything together with some clever nods to Thor's past adventures.
We don't like strangers here in Omnipotent City. Grape.
We seek an audience with Zeus.
Zeus? The Zeus? Zeus?
Oh, so he does have a second name.
Well, I think I can tell you where to find him because he's my father.
Callbacks to Ragnarok and Infinity War. As the movie takes Thor on a wild new ride, it doesn't forget to drop a few references that fans will love. Near the end of the trailer, there's this hilarious moment where Zeus strips Thor of his disguise after catching him sneaking around. Sound familiar? Yup, that's because it's a callback to Thor's not-so-great disguise attempt in Ragnarok. You know, the one that didn't fool anyone. And that's not all. Earlier in the movie, we see Thor getting back into shape by pulling the Guardian's ship, a total throwback to when he swung around a smaller ship carrying Rocket in Infinity War. These little connections are pure gold for fans who've been following Thor's journey since the beginning. It makes you wonder if we'll get even more callbacks, like Thor's old habit of smashing cups, to really bring this story full circle.
All right, let's go get it.
No, wait. There's no ding-donging or bum-rushing, especially not Zeus's bum. When the time is right, I'm going to talk to him.
Next up, we've got a hidden detail that you might have missed in the Thor: Love and Thunder trailer. The blue alien planet's dark secret. There's this scene where Thor and Korg are just chilling on a planet filled with bald, brightly colored aliens telling stories and meditating. Now, these aliens look a lot like a civilization from the comics that lived on the planet Indigar. Now, if this is the same planet, things might take a pretty dark turn.
Oh, well, I tried to start a revolution but didn't print enough pamphlets, so hardly anyone turned up, except for my mum and her boyfriend, who I hate. But I'm actually organising another revolution. I don't know if you'd be interested in something like that. Do you reckon you'd be interested?
In one comic storyline, Thor arrives on Indigar only to find out that all the planet's gods have mysteriously vanished. When he digs deeper, he discovers that every single deity there had been brutally killed. This gruesome mystery leads Thor straight into a showdown with none other than Gorr, the God Butcher, the villain of Love and Thunder. So, if this innocent-looking planet in the movie is indeed Indigar, we might be in for some seriously dark reveals. Thor could stumble upon the fallen gods here, setting the stage for his battle against Gorr. The next big reveal is all about a fact that might just blow your mind. Chris Hemsworth almost turned down Thor. Chris Hemsworth, the guy who's basically the real-life version of Thor, almost didn't take the role. Yeah, you heard that right. It's pretty hard to picture anyone else swinging Mjolnir, but Hemsworth nearly passed on becoming the God of Thunder. Back in 2017, he shared with the Sydney Morning Herald that the idea of committing to a 6-movie deal made him hesitate. It wasn't an easy decision, and he almost walked away from what would become his career-defining role. And here's another fun fact. Hemsworth wasn't even Marvel's first choice for Thor. Crazy, right? Imagine a world where someone else got to play the iconic Asgardian hero. Thankfully, Hemsworth decided to take the plunge, and the rest is history. Now, Thor without Chris Hemsworth? That's something I'm glad we never had to see. So, who was Marvel's first choice for Thor? Well, Liam Hemsworth almost became Thor. Liam Hemsworth, Chris Hemsworth's younger brother, was almost cast as Thor. Yeah, before Chris was swinging Mjolnir, Liam actually had a better shot at landing the role. A bunch of other big names were also in the running to play the God of Thunder, including Daniel Craig, Channing Tatum, and even wrestler Triple H. And get this, Tom Hiddleston, who we now know and love as Loki, was also considered for Thor. Pretty crazy, right? But the most ironic part of it all is that Liam was initially ahead in the race. This didn't sit too well with Chris, so he dug in deep, nailed a second audition, and the rest is history. And let's be honest, considering Liam's later success, he's probably not too upset about how things turned out. And there you have it, the most mind-blowing hidden details and behind-the-scenes facts from the Thor movie series. If you enjoyed uncovering these secrets with us, then don't forget to hit that subscribe button and join our community here at Secret Screen Stories. We've got plenty more hidden gems and behind-the-scenes scoops coming your way, so make sure you don't miss out. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.